I think the network is a bit weak where I am now, so I'm struggling to hear you as well.
Okay, so I've just asked that is it true that you have been in a relationship that seems abusive? What's your story?
Yeah. I've been in a abusive relationship, and I've been keeping days all along just for peace to reign. But I think it's not worth it because still being in a relationship while you're not happy, I don't think there's a need to be there. But I still have to consider one thing because kids are involved as well. So I need to consider the kids as well, not only myself. But when I've seen that, I think this thing is getting too much. Maybe one person will end up going to prison or end up with something that will like, I don't know how to put it. So it's better one move away. So I've been in a relationship which is I don't have access to talk. Anything she talk is the right thing. Even though you see the right thing and you want to make try to complain, she don't say it that way. What she say, even though she's wrong or she's right, what she say, yes is yes, and I know is no. And this has kept going on for a very long time. And the only option I have, if I try to contribute, the only thing I get is either I leave or I get bullied. That is the only option.
If I may ask you, Nikki, how long has this been going on for?
Probably 3 years
3 years.
before I decided to move on with my life.
But why were you? What were you? Yeah, you said you were considered. I was gonna say, why did you stay that long in the relationship? Okay, Veronica, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Nicky, for joining us today. It takes great courage, one, to come out and speak, two, that you endured it for 3 years, and three, that you eventually got to the point where you decided to leave because you realized that the impact that it was having on, I'm going to say, all involved, it would have impacted everyone. So I salute you today, um, for coming on and sharing your story with us. And so, would you say, in terms of the abuse, what you've just described, it sounds like coercive control. It sounds like manipulation was
Yeah.
involved. Is there any other things that you would say in terms of domestic abuse that you were also enduring from this relationship? And did you, sorry, two parts, when did you first see it? When did you first start to recognize that the way that your partner was treating you didn't feel right for you?
Yeah.
Are you okay,
I
Mr.
love her.
Nicky?
Yeah, yeah, you're breaking up.
Oh, can you not hear me? Okay, so I'm going to break it down just so it's easier. Can you tell us, when did the abuse start? When did you start to think, do you know what, the way that this individual, the way my partner, my wife is treating me isn't appropriate? To question it, the
Uh,
behavior.
okay. Uh we've been together for about 3-4 years now. So which has been taking it. Try to be patient. Try to keep the peace. Despite I'm not happy in the relationship. Then I finally make my move. A couple of months. But I was there anyway because of my kids. So I was like, this thing is getting too much. So something happened, and I tried to raise up the issue, which she did not agree with it. Then I said, you know what, I've had enough, and I need to go. In terms of abuse, verbally, the way she talks to me. Secondly, trying to maybe you try to hit, let me say, hit me as well. So I think it's too much for me. It's too much for me. And then the kids are not, they're not supposed to be there saying all those things. So I just have to leave so my kids don't see what's happening to me as well.
Okay.
So I think now I'm okay now because I tried to get over it, but gradually, I'm okay now.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Nikki. Mr. Nikki, in terms of the reason I'm asking this is I hope it's not an intrusive question, but it's just so that those that are listening, they might be able to relate to what you've experienced, because sometimes people don't actually label what they're enduring. But just to give a better example, you talked about verbal abuse and you've spoken about physical abuse, but the physical abuse was kind of more trying to hit. But the verbal abuse, can you kind of, I don't know if you're in a place and a safe space in order to share that information, but can you tell us a little bit more about the verbal abuse? What did that kind of, what did that sound like? What were the words that might have been used in a derogatory way that made you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, in terms of the verb, she used any word to qualify me. She calls me anything she liked in front of the kids. Swearing word, so many things, which I hardly do the same to her because I know where I'm coming from. So I don't do that, I don't swear. But she probably, I don't know, maybe it's part of her character, I don't know. But the way she talks to me is rude. I don't think no man can take it.
Wow, that's a massive statement. The way she spoke to me was rude. I don't think any man could take it. Do you feel that she was aware that how she was speaking to you was inappropriate? Did you feel that she was aware of what she was doing? Do you think that she intended it to hurt you?
Do I do what?
Do you think that she was aware of what she was saying and doing, that the effect that it was having on? Did she do it deliberately? Was she being verbally abusive towards you deliberately?
Yeah. Yeah, she do.
How did that make you feel, Mr.?
It'll make me feel, to be honest, really bad, upset, and not happy. That's why the relationship is not being stable. Because part of me is in and part of me is out. So I can't be in a relationship where there's no trust anymore, there's no love anymore. So it's not worth it.
Thank you very much. And I just want to kind of highlight words that Mr. Nicky has mentioned, and he's talked about the relationship. It made him feel unstable. It made him feel unhappy. And I think we can all feel, when we're in our relationships, we can feel unhappy sometimes. We're not always going to be happy. And the relationship can feel unstable sometimes. It's not always going to feel stable. But Nikki, I would ask you, what made the relationship, because obviously you're aware that you've joined us today and we're talking about abusive relationships, domestic abuse. What do you think, why do you think that your relationship was an abusive one as opposed to conflict within the relationship? Is that a difficult question for you to answer, Mr. Nikki? It's not to make you feel uncomfortable at all.
Sorry, come again, please.
Okay, Mr. Nikki, you talked about physical abuse. You said you were that she tried to hit you. Did she ever hit you?
Yeah. I'm still going through the problem till now. She did. I've been in hospital to do some checkup, which I'm still going through a lot now. Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
And she is that kind of person. When you get her upset, anything she has, she can use it on you. She's that kind of person. Yeah.
I just want to qualify what you've just said. I want to qualify what you've just said, Mr. Nikki, that what you were enduring is domestic abuse. In terms of, you said that anything that came to her hands, that she would use it. If you're in a healthy relationship, you know, somebody isn't going to pick up any object, which could be a mobile phone, it could be a chair, it could be a knife, it could be absolutely anything. But when somebody can pick up anything and start to abuse you with it, it's an abusive relationship. I'm qualifying what you're saying today based on my experience of interviewing people, consulting people that have been abusive, and that qualifies you as a victim survivor of domestic abuse. You know, it's not a judgment call for us at all. I'm really sorry that you endured it, but please continue sharing your story. Over to you.
So, Mr. Mickey, is there any other kind of abuse that, because what Veronica was asking you didn't hear, she was asking that normally in an ideal relationship, there's usually a period when you are both enjoying harmony in the relationship. There'll be occasions when you feel, you have differences, but when did the difference spill to what now becomes permanent enmity, hatred, and then you now begin to feel this is no longer a difference that we can amicably resolve. This is now a matter of me being able to defend myself or save my life or hide from harms. This is evidently abusive. This is not a question of differences that we have. So, when did you observe it? What was the first thing that made you feel this one is an abusive relationship? That was what she was asking you. What was the
Okay.
first thing? Yeah.
When we start with the relationship, yeah, fine. Everything is alright. Everything is going. But as time goes on, I keep noticing some changes, and sometimes depends on the friends you go on with as well. It really depends. That tells as well. So I just believe most of our friends are in a, how will I put it? Maybe like most of our friends are in a they are single, yeah. And I think she is the only one that have a partner. But you think about that as well. The jealousy will be there as well. Maybe if there is any problem, she relate to her friends and they will trigger because they are not happy that she got someone as well. So I try most of my best, encourage her, do what I can do, but it seems it's not working. Then I got a younger baby that I need to look after as well. So that gave me the courage to keep moving on. But at a point, when she keep throwing things at me, almost break my head. At a point, when she start punching, at a point when she starts threatening, someone will die, someone will go to prison. I just think to myself, oh, what am I doing here? Instead of someone will die or someone will go to prison, so why can't I just leave? Or to defend myself? So that gave me that thought, sir, Mickey, you don't need to be here. you need to make a move, which is really a very difficult decision, to be honest. But I have to. I have to. So I just like, I've had enough. I just want peace. I don't even want any case, nothing. Despite the one she did, I didn't even get anything involved. Even though when they came to ask me question, the matter goes viral because I don't really want to go more about it anyway. But I try to resolve everything, despite I'm not the one at fault, just for peace to reign. But still, she don't want that peace. She just want to. Will I say she just want to destroy me? She just want to bring me down. That is her mentality. But I just keep trying. I just keep moving on. So I don't take his word to be in that relationship. Do other relationship. There's no need for it. So I've got to move on.
Wow. What you just said, do or die. Do or die. You said also that there were threats in the relationship. And then, you said someone will die and someone will go to prison. And I believe that there might be someone out there that can relate to what Nikki just said. One of us may die and one of us might go to prison. Somebody out there that is subjected to threats of harm, threats of to kill, consequences of their behavior. Somebody out there will relate to what Nikki has experienced. What would you say to such a person if they felt how you just expressed how you were feeling and what was going on? How your abusive partner, and I just want to clarify that the partner was a female, is that right?
Yeah.
It was a female. So lost my train of thought again. But yeah, what would you say to somebody if they felt at risk of harm in their relationship, like you obviously did? What would you say to them?
If you're not happy with it, if you're not happy with the relationship, instead of being there, dying in silence, depression, I don't see the reason being in that relationship.